everybody. It's the old soldier coming at you again this morning from Robinson County, North Carolina. And welcome on our morning trip to work. Hope everybody's doing okay today. Still a touch under the weather. Might be good changing weather, I don't know. Away we go, because we owe. How's that old phrase go? I owe, so off to work I go. But anyway, I was remiss yesterday not to mention that, last week Kirk Douglas passed. A true Hollywood icon and legend, last of a great generation of actors. But, just a couple of days later, Robert Conrad from Baa Black Sheep fame and the original Wild Wild West TV series passed. I remember watching him in Baa Black Sheep. I love that TV show. Baa Black Sheep. But he also played in the TV miniseries Centennial. I think the first 3 episodes he was in. He played the part of a French-Canadian trapper. But phenomenal actor, needless to say. Very tough, hard as bones type of characters is what he normally played. Years later, we'd see him in some movies where he played more of a comedic role. What was the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger where his son didn't like him and he turned into some make-believe robot Christmas dude? And Robert Conrad was the cop in that movie. It was a comedic movie. But his character was very, very comedic. I can't remember the name of it now. But anyway, neither here nor there on that note. I'd hate to hear that he'd passed. He was 104. I mean, he was Robert Conrad was 84. Kirk Douglas was 104. So, 2 Hollywood greats gone. They say normally celebrities die in 3s, and I think there might have been a 3rd one, a minor celebrity. I want to say I saw something in the news about that. Not that I really get into that type of fake lore. Yeah, apparently Bernie pulled off New Hampshire with Buttigieg right behind him, and Klobuchar coming in 3rd. The surprise one. Poor old Uncle Joe just didn't even bother to go. He saw what the numbers were going to be and diverted straight to South Carolina. I'm afraid old Uncle Joe ain't all together in the head anymore, folks. Not that it really matters. And then we saw, I forget the one guy's name that dropped, but the other one, Andrew Yang, dropped. Interesting. I think Tulsi Gabbard's more or less still in the running, but I got a feeling you might see her drop before the convention. But if I had to vote for a Democrat, she'd be the only one that would get my vote right now, out of all of them that are in the field. I think if she wasn't in the state of Hawaii, she might either go independent or even flip Republican. Given the state of the Democratic Party right now, you talk about a divided mess. But then again, you look at the numbers coming out for Bernie. Folks, and if he pulls this off and gets the nomination, we got bigger problems. Socialism's like a disease. Once it takes root, it takes forever to get it gone. You know, he can tout all the promises he wants that, you know, the brand of socialism he wants to introduce here would not cause what happened in Venezuela. Anywhere socialism has taken root, it has failed abysmally. You can call it socialism, but a lot of times it just turns into a dictatorship or flat out, you know, communism. I mean, those are kind of synonymous. Because what happens is when you start taxing all these corporations, they're just going to pack up and move somewhere else, you know. And then, okay, well, who has to foot the bill on all the free stuff that you've promised? Well, the working middle class. Well, now you tax them into poverty. And now everybody's poor except the ultra-rich political elite. And you just created two classes of people that you say you've been trying to eliminate. Just like Venezuela. Socialists came into power and just arbitrarily just started, okay, today we're taking your business because we don't like what you're doing. You're not employing enough people. So we told you last week to employ 200 more people, and you just said you didn't have the money, so we're just going to take your business and we'll employ these 200 people. And then they go down the street to the next factory and say, give us your payroll. We have to pay 200 employees down the street at your competitor's factory. And kind of how it works, folks. And then we go from having things plentiful and bountiful to people scraping to get by and barely enough food in the market to feed anybody. And graft and theft become rampant. Right. And all you folks out there that believe that Cuba, you know, is a shining success of how communism works. Okay. There's a few documentaries out there I don't like you to know about, but they're out there that show the true colors of Cuba. Gas, long gas lines, even this day and age in Cuba. Cars from the 50s, when communism took over. There's not very many new cars in Cuba. Supermarkets and grocery markets, they carry one brand of a commodity, and that's pretty much it. There's no competition, and there's not a lot of selection. People are barely getting by. China, on the other hand, okay, yeah, they're still communist though. So if you make the party mad, any wealth that you've gained personally, government can still come in and take it. Just can't use China as a complete success story of communism. And honestly, if Richard Nixon wouldn't have cracked the code to have gone and visited China, China might not have gone down the road of change to an extent. And I say to an extent, like I said, they're still a communist nation. They just adapted to a Western business set and a capitalist style economy. But it's still, at the end of the day, like I keep saying, they're a communist nation. The government can and will, at their discretion, go in and take things with not even so much as a by your leave or mother may I. So don't let China fool you. Then, you know, Bernie Sanders said, well, we used to talk about socialism in Sweden. We'll talk to the Swedish people. They'll tell you there's certain things about their socialism that ain't what Bernie makes it out to be. I'm not saying that Sweden is suffering, but they'll tell you that some of their aspects of socialism are not exactly perfect. And then you talk about free health care for everybody, socialized medicine. Yeah, let's everybody get on a waiting list now for everything we need to do. Gotta go and get a waiting list to go get seen today. Going and taking your family to get put on a waiting list. To find out that, well, because of your age, well, no, you don't get that service anymore. Well, why? Because you're this age, and statistics state that at this age, your chances of getting better are slim to none, so you don't get this treatment that could potentially either ease your quality of life or save you because of your age. But now if you're an influential politician, oh my goodness, you're top of the list and getting private care. That's where we're headed if socialism takes full root in this nation, folks. And then, but the reason I don't think it will, there's a big group in the Democratic Party that they're Democrats, but they're Americans, and they know that socialism is bad. And they don't want to see Bernie Sanders win. At the same token, their convention's going to be interesting to see who pulls off the nomination run against President Trump. Bernie continues to grow in numbers. It could very well be him. So, at the end of the day, folks, we need to get out there and let it be known that we still wish and desire to be a free American society. We're not perfect. I'm the first one to put it out there, but our Constitution has been viable for well over 200 years. Even in this day and age, with all the bull crap that's going on, we're still the freest nation in the world. We need to start doing something about these dipstick politicians that keep getting put in office. Just like the socialist communist dictatorship going on in Virginia. Gun control laws being passed left and right every day right now, stripping away the rights of the people of Virginia. Red flag laws that violate our Fourth Amendment rights. And second. And first. And I've talked about this before. If you're gonna go after people's guns with red flag laws, well, let's start going after alcoholics and their driver's license and their vehicles. Instead of allowing them to drive, won't we just start seizing their vehicles? But what happens when someone gets pulled over for a DUI? Car gets impounded, but somebody eventually goes and pays the impound fee and gets the car out. No questions asked at that point in time. Why? Because the county's making a little bit of money on that. But they'll impound your vehicle, either the accused, because they normally get released from jail on bond or bail until their trial. And they get their car back, and they're allowed to drive until their trial. And it's been noted in some cases, people get right out of jail and turn around a day or two later and get caught doing the same darn thing over again. Yeah, I was driving down. Boy, I only had 2 beers, officer. A couple an hour ago and a couple before that. Says here, you were just picked up 2 nights ago for DUI. Oh, that's nothing. My lawyer didn't give me off on that. He knows the judge. Blah, blah, blah. You know, kind of mess. Point being is, combat left. Look, guns are evil. Guns kill people. Guns kill people all the time. Last time I checked, none of my guns walked up out of my house and went and shot somebody of their own accord and volition. Neither did my car or vehicle leave the driveway under its own power and run somebody over or drive drunk. But red flag laws are just another way to seize property without provocation, without right, without justification. Now, you can argue that when police pull you over for probable cause, they can search your vehicle. And at that point in time, they can seize anything that they deem to be evidentiary in their stop. To an extent, I understand that. Really, deputy? Deputy, tailgate me. One of us did it, we get pulled over. But again, not all law enforcement officers are the same caliber. I get that. But, sorry about the tangent. But, again, at the end of the day, you've got habitual criminals that rob, steal, cheat, and none of their stuff is ever just taken based on a potential threat that they might do something. It's always after the fact when they've gotten caught or they've carried out. My point being there is that because if my neighbor reports me for whatever, they feel that, okay, well, we can go seize your weapons under red flag laws. Haven't done anything. Haven't threatened nobody. And I have yet to see anything on any of these states that are passing these damn laws that holds the accuser to any kind of criminal standard for false reports or fearful reports based on anything but their own feelings, if you will. Because, again, please show up. We're here to take all your firearms because we got a report that you've got guns and we're a threat to the community. Okay, who reported me? We can't tell you that, sir. So, you think you can come in and take my gun? Well, according to state laws that were passed, yes, we can. We can come in, we can seize every firearm you own without question or provocation. Again, we received a report that you had guns and that you were potentially threatening the community. Well, who did I threaten? Can't tell you that, sir. You know, and people just are allowing these laws to get passed. Once they pass red flag laws for guns, then it just opens the door for other things to decide, well, you know what? We really like your house, and because, you know, you make too much money, we're going to seize your house. We think your money, you know, the money you used to buy this house with was earned in a legal manner or whatever. So we're going to take your house as evidence. Where'd I live until then? Oh, well, we got a place for you. It's called jail. My family, well, they're going to have to go stay with relatives. If I don't have any for them to go stay with, yeah. But that's going to be the next step. So, keep your eyes open, folks. Be aware of what's going on. This election is more critical than you really think that it is. I don't care if you like President Trump or not, I don't either, but the ilk of Bernie Sanders and anybody that follows him, you need to just keep that in the back of your mind, what he truly represents, folks. Bernie Sanders does not hold the American people near and dear to his heart. So, contrary to popular opinion out there, all you socialists. Anyway, folks, y'all have a great day. Go in here and teach these youngins a thing or two about a thing or two and call it a day and go home and try to continue to recuperate. So until tomorrow, God bless, take care, and we'll talk to you then. Soul Soldier out.